Good morning, cyber traders, and welcome back. Hopefully, everyone's not hungover after what happened yesterday. I don't even know where to start. Okay, good to see you, Kerry. Good to see you, Gil. Good to see you, Brad, on YouTube, and everyone else that here on social media. All the cyber traders, welcome back. I'm just speechless. Yesterday, I was just like I gotta tell you a funny story. What happened yesterday? So hopefully everybody's following me on social media and you watched that tweet that Trump posted out. So I'm just going to bring this up really quick. Exactly what he said. On that post that I did, the only reason why I'm bringing it up is because I've never seen a president ever do something like that. It's almost like inside of trading. You know what I mean? But his tweet was here. Let me just bring that up. So I don't know if everybody can see that on the screen, but I posted up there with a little thing on the side. I'm posting up right here on social media. Basically, it says, "This is a great time to buy." And I put a little quotation on the side. I wrote, "Trump just posted something I've never seen a president do before." Now, that was at 9:37. Okay. Now, if you notice when we here in the morning, we started seeing things act really weird in the market. Let me bring up the Dow Jones right here. So here was 9:30, right? Let me blow this up screen a little bigger for you guys could see it. And let me fix that on social media. So right here was 9:30. So we started seeing like the market was gapped up. Actually, let me go 2 days to see a little bit better. So here we saw that big decline. And then obviously right here, we started seeing this like going on, moving up, going up and down. And then if you remember it being in the room, so when we were talking with me and Josh, we do our live audio broadcast. For some of you here on social media, you're more than welcome to join us. We're here all day. Just take your phone and scan the QR code on the right. And I started it saying like, I don't know, I think I'm going to go long here. These things look a little weird. Like the market, it doesn't look like it's dropping anymore. And what I liked was, and it all started with Delta Airlines, right? Let me bring up Delta. DAL. So I'm looking at Delta and I brought the long-term chart. I'm like, Delta's got a lot of support here, right? And I posted up on the alerts too. And I'm like, I don't know, it's starting to go up. They had good earnings. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe it'll go long. So I ended up buying, several hundred shares of the stock. And then I started looking at TSLL and look at everything else. So, I'm like, now I was kind of all in. I was probably maybe 60% equity. It was like 40% cash around that time. So I'm looking at TSL, right? I'm looking at this stock right here. And there we go, right there. Look at 2-day chart. So all of a sudden, I'm like, I think I'm going to buy some more TSLL. So this is a funny story. So I go on my Schwab account and I trade, I trade all my nieces and nephews' money. I give them gifts, for the holidays. So my gift to them is I buy stock for them. So I'm like, I'm going to buy them TSLL. So, I go out there, I buy as much as I can, whatever money's in their account. So the funny thing is this, let me blow this up really quick here. So right here, swear to God, craziest thing. I buy this stock and it says you don't have enough money. I'm like, what are you talking about? And like, it showed me how much money I had and I just bought a little bit less. And all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, so I bought a little less shares. I hit the button again. It said, you don't have enough money to buy the stock. I'm like, that's so, like, what the hell's wrong with this thing? So then I finally bought it. I lowered my shares just a little bit more to buy, and then finally I got executed, right? So all of a sudden in the cyber group room, everyone said Trump just tweeted, he took the tariffs off. And I'm looking at TSLL. I'm like, holy crap. That's why I couldn't get the stock. I was buying it as the news just came out that split second. And I finally got in somewhere right around this 780, right around there, because I was buying it right around here, around like 750. It couldn't make any sense. So I got the stock. And anyway, obviously, you see how that story ended. Yesterday, I posted a bunch of videos out there regarding about the news, about the trading. Let me explain something to you. I don't care. if you hate Trump or love Trump, whatever it is, I'd say it all the time because there's so many haters out there that I see people that post things on on my social media, and they're like, "Oh, that's fake news." And I just tell them, just short the damn thing. I don't care if you're a fan or not. When you're in the trading business and your money's on the line, okay, and your pension's on the line, everything that's happening, you have to take it very seriously because this is your money, all right? And you do not want to be on the wrong side, right? So what happened there, the stock finally popped. And the only reason why I kind of like the TSLL, I want to bring this up here again, is this. If you notice here on the Tesla trade right here, if you go back and you look at the long-term chart here, you can see it. There was a lot of support levels right around the 220. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, you know what? We had the stock back in March. It ran from 220, ran to 280, came back down, and it came back to some big support levels. So I said, you know what? If you heard what I said yesterday with Josh in the room, I'm like, listen, I'm not always right, but I'd rather buy the stock at the support levels. If it does break this, we always talk about the 30-second rule. I'll just get out. You know what I mean? I'll just get out and whatever. But we always want to buy stock at support levels and sell at resistance. So it was at a big support levels. I'm like, let me take a shot. So granted, obviously saw what happened yesterday. Probably one of the top 3 best days I've ever had in the trading market. Best days, top 3. And I know all of you in here kicked ass. You really did great. And I know people, and if you got my tweets and or my X's and you got my alerts on Instagram, where all of you probably got the alerts in Telegram. Some of you ran back to the computer, came into trading room, and let me tell you, this is what you train for. This is why you joined CyberTrading University. Okay. Now, every day's been a great adventure. We have some great stocks that move all day long. But what happened yesterday was unprecedented. You can't see that, and you don't get that every day. Okay. Last time I saw something like that happen was COVID. That was the biggest, I think, run up in points in the history of Dow Jones, they said. I mean, being up over 3,000 points in one day, that was just incredible. My account went up about 20%, 25%, I think I made on my overall account just on that alone. And remember, look, Tesla was already was up to 500. This thing back in November was down at 220. So when you look at it, is it still a buy? I don't know. You tell me. All right. But I didn't buy the Tesla. I bought the TSLL because dollar for dollar, this is the 2 times ETF. And look at that stock. I mean, Tesla dropped about 50%. This thing dropped about almost 80%. So when you look at this one, definitely a lot more better of a deal long-term on that. NPR News said it was the 3rd best day ever in modern stock history, Samuel. That's what he's saying. And I agree with you. Definitely, it was just awesome. I called my wife and because I'm telling her, I said, Deb, just buy everything. She's buy this, buy this. She's okay. She's at the gym, like on a treadmill. She's like, right now, just buy it. You know what I mean? She killed it. I'm in a bunch of group text messages. Everyone always says, Fausto's ready to buy. I've been watching. Everyone did just great. Well, anyway, congratulations to all of you that were here. And the ones that join us right now, listen, don't worry about it, okay? I'm going to guarantee you something. The stock market's not going out of business, and we are going to probably get another crazy tweet from the president again, all right, or something. Remember, China, he raised the tariffs at 125%. It is not sustainable for them, okay? We have the cards. We take in, we don't export to them. It's like 5 times. So trust me, someone is going to bend, all right? And for our friends in Europe and everyone around the world, you know what? You saw what he did. He just wants to have fair trade, and it ran the stock market. You saw what happened here. Apparently there's been, listen, he got put in a corner too because they were selling the treasuries pretty damn hard. So the bond market took a big hit. But and I think that's something that kicked into it. But the real threat here is with the tariff war is with China. So he fixed that part. And regardless of the news, I'm not here to tell you what the news is. I don't really care about what's going on. I mean, we all care personally, but when it comes to my money in the stock market and to lose an opportunity like yesterday, don't worry, there will be another one. And that's why you have to be part of the channel. So I don't need to go through the list, guys. The list goes on and on and on. Every damn thing, no matter what you did. One thing I did tell you I had to do yesterday, and I had to tweet, I ran out of cash, okay? I had to sell expensive stocks to buy cheaper ones. Now, this is what I teach you in class, okay? What I teach you in class is this, and I'm going to repeat it again. For some of you that are not students, and hopefully you'll be a student at CyberTrading University, because I learned this 35 years ago when I first got started. You have to look for stocks percentage-wise that got crushed the most, because no matter what you bought, you did well on it. But there were some stocks that you could have bought yesterday, percentage-wise, you still did good, but you could have made more money trading something else. So the TSLL was up, I think, about 45%, okay? That stock percentage-wise got crushed. If you bought like Eli Lilly, whatever it may be, I mean, that stock literally only went up about 40 points, right? But percentage-wise, if you bought 100 shares of it, you only made, what, 60, you only made about, a fraction of that. If it was that, if it was Apple, whatever it is, Amazon, whatever got crushed the most is what you want to trade. But the thing was, I had to sell my expensive stocks to buy the cheaper ones. And that's what ends up happening, which, is not really a bad problem to have. Anyway, the market is down a little bit. And like I said this earlier, this is healthy, okay? It's healthy when the market's down because you want to know if this is sustainable. If you look at Amazon right now, you can see right here, there is, it is testing a major support levels. 185 is a very big, big support level. I am not seeing it here, though, on level 4, okay? The big one is right here. You can see orders out there. There's a little bit of a buyer here. The big buyer is here at 180. If I scroll out, you can see where the iceberg is only pre-market. But that's what I see here. Where it comes to Tesla, I'll show you here. We got some big buyers hovering around 258. So we're about, you can see the numbers right there. That's where the orders are. Program trading is kicking in. A little bit further out, I'm not really seeing any sellers. They didn't kick in yet. 300's here. The big buyer's right around 255. So you can see where we're at. I mean, listen, it's down a little bit. You're going to get some profit taking. We want to see the profit taking as a swing trader. We want to see if we got support levels. So, even though the market's down, just think about how much you were up yesterday. All right. Anyway, what else is going on that's moving in the market? There are other stocks that are moving. This one right here, KTTA, moving fabulous. Stock's $1.40 up to $2.20. I know some of you here in the Cyber Group room already traded it early in the pre-market. It was a really good move early this morning. It was already gapped up. Big percentage gain, up 85%. Another cheap stock right here that's moving up pretty well. PRFX. Cheap, tradable, 14 million shares. Was a $70 stock at one point. Maybe he's getting a dead cat bounce on that. Wheeler. We've traded the stock many, many times. Stock got destroyed, but she's on the downtrend now. Not a fan of that. It was up to 6, already down to 3. It was gapped up pretty big. A lot of good volume. Stock, you remember we traded this back in September, everybody. This stock, I mean, this is all with the reverse stock splits, but this stock ran not from, it was one of our big winners, 100 to, over 1,000. That was all the reverse stock splits. But Wheeler is going on a watch list. That one is also, we know, is a fun stock to trade. This stock, obviously, don't like the chart. No really good volume. Decent volume, but it's flatlined. This one is what we know ICCT, right? We know this stock very, very well. Here's our stock. Went from 50 cents down to $7. Know it very, very well for some of you here. And if you're here in the Cyber Group room or if you're on social media, there was this one. These are stocks that we trade all day. This one, what was the other one we had? EB was one of them. Remember, was that one? That one moved up pretty big. That was a big one. What was the other one that we had here? JNVR was this week, right? What about that one? JNVR. That one was pretty cool. That one right here. You can see it right here. That one ran from like 11 to like 50. So there are a lot of them out there. So regardless about the market, these stocks are always in a big percentage gainers and losers are always there. Losers, anything out there that's getting crushed. We know why VRO is up there. That stock was a fun stock too. Big run up, but not really our biggest fan when it, where a lot of it happened in the pre-market. This stock yesterday was fabulous too. Another very big winner on this one. Obviously, making the winners ends up turning up in the losers. All right. So we put this one. I didn't have this one on here. AEHL. That was a good one. All right. What else we got over here? That's about it. Obviously, you could see what's going on. UVAX. These are all the ETFs. So we're going to scrap those out. Ooh, X did not look too good. Would it have earnings come out? That is not not a really good look on X. X was a really nice stock. U.S. Steel, that had a huge run too yesterday. We're going to put that on the watch list. All right. So let's get ready for the market opened up. We're not going to go anywhere. If you're watching on social media, we're going to be broadcasting live because at 11 o'clock, we're going to have an open house here. So you're going to trade with us going from the morning of 9:30 to 10:30. We only do this once or twice a week. Social media, everyone. So don't go anywhere. We're going to take a little less than a 10-minute break. Traders in the Cyber Group room, you know the story. You see something, you say something. Remember, don't worry about what happened. It's only going to get more exciting. That's all I could tell you. Remember, this is like COVID 2.0 all over again. So we'll be right back. I'll get these stocks posted on our Telegram. We'll be on our X. Make sure you subscribe to it, and or maybe the alerts. I'll put what's on the watch list. In the meantime, let's trade them, and hopefully we can if we could just have a quarter of what happened yesterday, I'll be happy with that. Don't go anywhere, everyone. We'll be right back. All right, traders.
Let me get you unmuted here, Fausto. 1 second. How's everything going?
I'm still hungover. That's what's going on.
Yeah. Let's
I'm
get
still
the
hungover.
let's get it zoomed out here. We're a little
Yep.
too ugly for us to be zoomed in that much. Let's get it going. I say us as in medium.
I know I
Just
haven't
to break
spoken
the
to you,
camera.
since yesterday morning, but oh my God, this is unbelievable. So we're getting a little bit of sell-off right now. Hopefully it stops. Not really liking it right now, but could be some profit taking. If we could just hover here and build some type of a base, I think we'll be okay.
The tough part with a day like today is simply just the fact that you normally anticipate for us to like focus on a couple different trades, like 1, 2, maybe 3. There's like 1,000, right? Let alone what's on our watch list. You have all of the name brand stocks, the whole market moving. So it's easy to get overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, you just wait the first few minutes here regardless. ICCT pop in here to begin.
Yeah, that Wheeler is tanking right now after gapping up so big. ICCT though is popping out of nowhere. I don't know where this is coming from.
I had a really good, and now at this point, 48 hours on Bitcoin Fausto. Just, I traded on Coinbase. So you could like trade it long, you could trade it short. I messaged you, I caught it when it first popped off the Trump announcement when you were getting in on Tesla. It's just been such a great day trading market altogether. I don't have any position right now. I want to make sure I can at least breathe and relax a little bit with you here on the mic, and I don't have to worry about anything. Yeah, this thing's really taking off right now. But again, you wait the first few minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. You want to wait it out, just see what happens at first. Let everyone kind of either kill themselves or make money first, whatever. We'll react in just a moment.
We're down 700.
Now, normally, so when I saw this online, Fausto, this was like the second or third largest day in the stock market history. I mean, some metrics, it could be the biggest, right? I mean,
Right.
everyone has different number, right? But the top two were, it was January of 2001, after the beginning of the dot-com crash. And then it was near the bottom of 2008. But point being is that after those gains, the next day was red. It wasn't like just perfect up after. The next day was red on both of those occasions.
Mm-hmm.
So we might get a little sell-off. That's normal.
Yeah, well, listen, you know what? A lot of people wake up this morning, they want to take some profit taking. They're still nervous, whatever, but you want to scare those people out. You need selling pressure to kind of make sure this is a sustainable support level. So,
Here,
right now,
Fausto,
though, I mean,
let me show you something here. I just sipped my coffee and I forgot to show it off. And for this, I'll get us up close here for this. But yeah, look at that. A little cyber trading mug right there,
there
huh?
you go. There you go. Oh, nice.
A good sign to make some money here today.
You know what mine is? Mine's right here.
Oh, man, no surprise, Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme. I just love this mug. I think I'm going to try to make one like it. How they blow it up a little bit.
You should. I mean, you already got so much going on with the hens, and your whole business or your whole thing with just the Fausto Home Living. But it'd be cool if you do like homemade donuts, make your own Krispy Kreme.
Well, we'd like to probably start a farm, and like what they do is sell like apple cider donuts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You get those. Those are big. They're big over here in the Northeast.
We're
Yeah,
on
I
the
don't know if everybody
opposite
saw
side
the
of
video. I posted that video. Did you watch it? I don't know if we'll post a link up, everyone, if you haven't get a chance to watch it. But I did it on my Fausto Home Living. I did it also on CyberTradinguniversity University. So, a new launch of Get Hens, make an official announcement. Was working on this weekend, getting that video set up.
See, look at this ICCT. Like, this is just where we say you want to wait the first 3 to 5 minutes. Just wait it out and see what happens.
If you want a mug, Warren, you just have to we have it all listed on our website under novelties, I believe. But send us an email. We'll take care of it.
Check this out, Fausto. Phil, one of our diamond students here, he wrote us just before in the trading room saying he had ice cream for breakfast due to yesterday's big runs. Treated himself pretty nicely there.
What's running?
What flavor, Phil? What flavor? Rocky Road, maybe?
Costco's running, by the way.
There you go. Boom.
Yeah, it was watched. Well, it is. I'm looking at my watch list. What's nice about having a watch list, not just the gainers and losers. You'll see something, like, why is that thing up or whatever. With these stocks we've been watching, I always put them on my list. But ice cream pie, there you go.
There you go. Nice move back up on KTTA. This was like the best trading stock in pre-market as far as like, the small caps go.
The
It didn't make
KTPA.
the biggest move, but there's a chance for it to run.
Yeah, start building support levels. It looks like it's got resistances going back around 250, which is not that bad. I mean, right around there. That's nice for a 50-cent move. What do the orders look like? I don't have my level 4.
Oh, you got this giant stack of sell orders out there though, 210, 220, 230,
Oh, got a ladder.
5. Yeah, it looks pretty weird looking too. Book map there. Why don't you actually, Rich? Why don't you just toss that up there? Just we show this more in our trading floor. Just pop it up right now all together, so even people on YouTube could see. Just zoom out so you can see kind of those sell orders out there, and yeah, it looks wacky looking, right?
Yep. By the way, just a really quick also announcement for everybody that is watching on social media. Today at 11 o'clock, I'm doing open house. So we'll teach you a little bit more about trading, about level 4 and everything else. If you have your phone, you could scan the QR code on the right-hand side, and more than happy to join us. We'll post the link, everyone. I know a lot of people the students like to come here also. So we'll give you that link too. But if you want to come and join us, great event. We do it once a week. It's a big open house. Anyway, that Costco is moving up. It's one of the only stocks that's moving up. Is there news out on it? Because this thing is just not backing off. Thing's up almost $18.
It's having a good move up right now. Let me just check the market here. Is it like a whole market move right now, or is it just kind of caught? Yeah, Costco's kind of by itself.
Yeah, Costco's running on its own.
And Walmart. Let's toss Walmart in there. Michael brought this up yesterday. I know they're different companies, but Walmart's been on a nice move too.
Oh, is that what it is? That's the news. They got upgraded to 1100. Well, it's almost there. See, I was talking about this I talked about this morning, Josh. I was saying, you know what? I had to sell stock to buy things cheaper. So let's just say you bought 100 shares of, let's just say 10 shares of Costco, right? 10 shares will cost you $9,000. So if you held it at $9,000 to now, if it goes to 10, you made $1, right? So you made $1,000. So if you looked at some of the other stocks like TSLL or whatever it may be, those stocks, like they went up, they were up like $2, on the day. So that's why they were up a lot more percentage wise. So that's why sometimes you can't always tie up that much cash on an expensive stock. And that's what happens when you try to sell something to buy something cheaper, because, when you got to try to be cash rich when you have stuff like that go on.
And absolutely, and to segue perfectly into this, you might be on YouTube right now listening in. You might be like, well, you could just trade the option, right? Well, if you're experienced and you know how to trade the option, if there's a strategy you have with like gamma, theta, whatever there is the Greeks, there is much higher volatility with trading an option. I actually heard a couple members in our room. Unfortunately, they were talking about it, Fausto, on Monday or Tuesday. I don't think they were even here yesterday. I didn't see them in the chat room. They'd missed out on the big pop. I didn't see any posts from them. But the day before, they were talking about doing like out of the money puts on SPY, and they're going out of the money calls on like UVXY, that inverse ticker. That's how you blow up your account. That's instantly how you look to either get richer or go broke. One of the two. And we're not trying to gamble. We're not trying to like roll the dice and risk our financial lives here. We're trying to be intelligent with what we're doing. So,
yeah, I mean, listen, yesterday, if you were an options trader, I know some people here day trade. I know, there's a few of the traders in the room try to day trade options yesterday. But some of them went up like 500,000%.
Yeah. On the flip side, if like you imagine doing the 0 DTE SPY calls, imagine if you hit it big, right? So for anyone that did, congratulations. Like, we're always rooting people on. We just don't want to have the 90% failure rate, hit where, people blow up their accounts without knowing what they're doing. So,
right.
We got students here, Roseanne, Alex, Steve, a bunch of, I could list more that are, options traders, and they know what they're doing. Lawrence. And, I'm not really talking to them with that kind of caution. They know what they're looking for there. But, Yes, KTTA is trying to go back up, it looks like.
Yeah, the market's down about 800. S&P is, down about 130 right now. I'm looking at some of the stocks are holding steady right now. I'm looking at the Tesla. I'm looking at the Palantir. I'm just seeing if these stocks are holding strong. The only thing that's backing off a little bit that I own is the Delta. It's backing off.
I'm like deciding on this KTTA here. Should I give it a shot or what? Because it looks really strong, and you have resistance at 210 on Bookmap.
Yeah, it's testing that big iceberg order for 60,000 at 210. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but you have resistance a little higher from pre-market levels, and it's like it looks great. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep my eyes on it and see what happens.
yeah, I got a big green bull right there, so it's holding pretty strong.
We were just saying earlier about being overwhelmed with how much there is to look at on a day like today. I'm mainly focused on Bitcoin, but that alone, like you got to keep your eyes on a good moving stock right now. So KTTA is that for me.
Shit,
Or I'm watching my Bitcoin, I may miss out on this.
market's down almost like 900. That's not good. I don't know why is it going down? Did bad news come out, or
For which,
why the market's down is going down?
oh well, it's kind of. I mean, perhaps it's what I was saying. Remember, we said the two biggest market days ever. The next day was a red day. It wasn't like crash, but it was just like a little profit taking. Um,
I mean, any other day looking at this looks like a crash day. The Dow does got a lot of support levels around 39,050, which looks like it's probably going to test it. There's a lot of support there from yesterday. It hit it. It did a double bottom, and then it's kind of it slingshot right back up. So um, S&P is basically just hovering right there around the 53.10.
The
That's a big
SPY's been trading really good levels from the daily, weekly chart, just with this whole move down, then the run up yesterday. So for me, like on the SPY chart, it's trading at 530 right now. If it keeps dropping, I would like to see it go down to like 520, 518 even. That's a pretty good area for support. So I'd feel much more confident looking for a bounce there. We shall find out. I'm just going to be patient, right?
Yeah, the
Latest saying KTTA rude shake. Well, it wasn't even so rude yet because it just held perfectly under resistance, like perfectly under that 210. Now it's reapproaching it though. So you always want to buy once it breaks over the level, just like the pop over it.
it looks like it wants to break it. It's just, what is
Rooting
it?
it on, yeah.
Top right here. Let's see. It's getting close. Traders, you always could try one share. You didn't know that story.
It's a cheap stock too, so maybe you could even double up and do 2 shares if you're feeling.
2 shares.
But don't do 5,000 shares though.
Dude, I don't know what just happened. I just brought up the ICCT and I said, wow, this thing looks like pretty good. And all of a sudden it just tanked 50 cents.
Oh, really? Shoot.
Yeah, pretty ugly. Looks like that person, KTTA, just added to his shares about 10,000. Let's see what he's doing. It's going to test them again. Here we go. It's sold to the highest
See if we
bidder.
can get this to hold support though. Yep, there we go. Let's keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Hopefully everybody got their one share that we talked about.
Set your stop though. Also make sure that you're protected. But yes, this is looking really nice. Good start.
Hopefully everybody got their one share. Know what it feels like to be in a winning trade.
It's got to stay over pre-market levels at least here. If it flushes down, just watch out. See a 40,000 share seller out there? Ooh, just got broken through. It got chewed up.
The one at 230?
Yeah, or like 220-ish or something. It just popped up for a half a second and it broke over it.
We're getting a lot of green balls. If for some of you watching on social media, you'll notice that we have the trade station up on the right, and that's the matrix. Those are all the orders. So we're looking at 2 different levels. We're looking at a level 4, which is more of a heat map, and then on the right, you'll see that is more of the strict, just the flat out data of the orders. By the way, how was that great, that podcast I had from TradeStation? The CEO, John Bartman, came on.
Yeah, that was a really good one. Now, normally we've had like Jesus Nava, who's their main, platform specialist, and probably even, higher title than that even, but just to have John Bartman himself come on, that was awesome. So I saw a glimpse of that live as I was on coaching. I was dipping in and out, but then I'm going to catch the recording though coming up too.
Yeah, we did post a couple of shorts out there.
It's got taken out on KTTA break even.
Yep, that $2 was 210 was a big support level. Uh, yeah, but it was a great interview, and I'm looking probably going to have him come back. He might come for our big Cyber Expo that's coming up in May. So that would be pretty cool if you have him on to do like a whole little workshop, like we told you. So I know a lot of you guys scanned. If you missed it and you still want to get into it, just make sure you click that QR code on the top right hand corner, scan it. We'll get that workshop for you. But we're gonna have him back, but definitely catch on. Watch that video, and once again, leave a comment. Like it, share it. We're big fans of the platform. Been showcasing it since we've been here. So
So what just happened here with using the TradeStation matrix, I just got out break even. This is why they make seatbelts in cars, So we're warning you, watch out if it pulls back below the pre-market levels there. And like we said, resistance should be support. If it's at $2, great, but I didn't mind going exactly break even at my entry price. I was in at 210, closed at 210.
That's it.
I'm not trying to scalp. That's the thing. I'm not trying to do the teeny tiny scalp. So, you could have made some money there, like 20 cents, but you're looking for a longer run there. Time. There you go, Charlene. So Charlene was in from $1.41 from pre-market. She's always up and early in pre-market there with us. And there you go, very nice. You got out scaling out basically. Charlene, one of our silver students, has been with us probably now for a couple years. Charlene, year and a half, 2 years. Lose track of time.
Alex Poe did pretty good. One of our platinum students got in, made himself nice little 20 cents.
Too early for that math. Those numbers are throwing me off there too. What is that, like 32 cents?
Yep.
Almost 1 year, Charlene. Jeez, time is like, it feels like it's like 2 years. I don't know if that means time's flying or time's going slow, but oh, and how about this? Normally, he's in our trading room, actually. So give a quick shout out to our student, Brad N. He's on YouTube today, maybe on the road, but he's one of our students, always with us inside our trading floor. And he got about like 30 cents at it. It's too early for math. Very nice job, Brad. Great to see you here with us.
There's just one stock that's moving, but the volume is a little light, very light, 200,000.
That was one of the crazies from the other day or yesterday even.
Yep.
Well, we tried on KTTA. We gave it the good old college effort, but it's not going to be nice to us with cyber time, looking for the cyber clock time, I should say, 10:30. And one of our trial members, Fausto Adela, just mentioned from earlier, they're a big fan of the TradeStation podcast from yesterday.
Good. I'm glad. Yeah, like I said, we try to bring a lot of entrepreneurs and some of the top executives on the podcast. And, thanks to all your help. It's all you guys out there, supporting the channel. So, thank you for being a fan and liking us and building it up. When we started it, I think we only had about a few thousand people that were on social media, and then was never a fan of it. And we got to almost like 200,000 now in less than 6 months. So thankful of your support. And, listen, the more you support us, the more these people see that you have some type of a following, the more they want to come out and, want to support it. Remember, their time is money too. They want to, so but they're big supporters of CyberTrading University, and a lot has to do with you guys.
Look at that KTTA trade just tank right now. This is exactly why we just said what we said. And, you got to make sure that you get out at least if it's not going to make the move that you want.
You see that flash? The flash order guy was out there and he pulled it at $1.70. He's like, well, back off. He just pulled his order.
And you know what too though? So I didn't want to cut you off. You were going into something just in regards to the trading floor and just this whole market. So as you were discussing, this was tanking, but you kept seeing it's still happening. This sell order out there, it's like 10,000, 20,000 shares, and it's been happening since $2.10 as it's been crashing. So that's where I got out. What the hell is this?
I had somebody message me about Newsmax, by the way. You see what happened with Newsmax? It's down.
Well, I know that ended up crashing here.
Yeah, it's down to $31, and it's probably, the IPO price was around 14. Yeah, my God, remember that thing in 2 days? It ran to like 250. Imagine getting caught on that one. Like some people like we knew the stock wasn't worth that price. I mean, first of all, who really watches Newsmax? It's a cable channel. It's just like a spinoff of Fox News. Like a very big conservative channel, but like it's not like Fox News or like CNBC or CNN or ABC. So like to see it trading at that price, it was just a matter of time. That's why I got to be careful. Why I don't like to trade IPOs. It's something like that. So nothing personal about the company, but that's what happens when you do it on IPO and there's a short squeeze.
Yep, definitely. And I don't even want to go too deep into it at all. Actually, all I'll just say is I've heard from multiple students in really bad stories from a few, just as far as like jumping into the IPOs, then dropping off immediately after. Uh, it's a dangerous game that you're playing. So
It is. And you know what? Sometimes you have to learn the hard way to kind of see it, but we do bring it up in our cyber group room and do talk about it because you want to see what ends up happening when you do trade something like that. Why it's pretty dangerous. I had a girl that I trained like almost like 20 years ago, and she loved IPOs. I mean, she was like crazy about trading them. And I'm like, I don't know how you're doing it. And she was new to it. I just started teaching her. It was back in the day when we did prop trading, and she just loved trading IPOs, and she was pretty good at it. But then, like I says, oh, you making money, but you're gonna get caught. And what happens if you get caught, like something like that, could crush you, could really crush you.
yep, absolutely. And a large part of it's not just like in the company, but the float and the outstanding shares. There's not as many IPOs that are like super high in outstanding shares to begin with. The
Hmm.
one that stands out to me, I remember this Fausto, it was like, honestly, it's been like 7 years at this point almost. Palantir.
Yep.
When they IPO'd, or I don't know if it was 7 years, it's been my brain's scrambled with time at least here
You
today.
remember that? I
But
don't even
Palantir, when they IPO'd, I saw their numbers. I was like, wow, that's like really high. That's kind of interesting. Wish I bought back then and held, but you know. Oh, Adele's saying, feel badly for the employees who are in a 6-month lockup and not able to sell their shares at the high, right?
Um,
Yeah.
it's not out. Is it a 6 month? I think it's a 3 month lockup. I don't know if it's a 6 month. It could be. It depends on what the
Six
price.
month, 3 month. They need no lockup for that move, though.
You know, listen, it's some of these stocks obviously got crushed. Like you could see how that's moving. Lockheed Martin's moving up pretty good actually. That was another one that I thought was a screaming buy. Came down a lot. That 425 was a big, big support level going back. If you look at the yearly chart, let me move that so you guys can see a little bit more. But you could see it there on the yearly, big, big support levels. And sure enough, that one moved up pretty nicely. Still creeping up a little by today.
You're a big fan of that LMT with good reason. It has good levels and not say easy trade, but if it's something that is good for you, then you want to stick with it. If it's not broke, don't fix it, right?
That's right.
Um, all right, yeah, that KTTA, just at this point, I think that's the last comment that we'll make on this. Just move on, as you should have from like 10 minutes ago. But yeah, at this point, rest in peace, KTTA.
Rest in peace.
That is
That's done.
that's done. Yeah.
Yeah, it's done. It's not doing its push. You just got a halt on AREB.
Oof, that's also a crazy one, but hopefully that could be a good one coming off the reopen.
Yeah, volume is only 500,000, so something's up with that. Must be a really big low float stock.
Here's one also not looking as like crazy or sharp or up as much, but MBOT. From
Mm,
yesterday, it tried going up, but it was kind of a pop and drop move. So I got a nice spread, cheap. I gotta keep seeing it go. It's over the VWAP price. That's nice too.
mm. Look around here.
I have no problem being patient on a day like today after coming off yesterday's craziness. It's nice to like just breathe and take a step back, just smell the roses a little bit, my friends, and just enjoy.
Smell the roses.
Took that one trade on KTTA and that was it. And went break even. It's ICCT trying to fly up a little bit though.
So, Adele, just be very, very careful. I know we're going to be talking tomorrow, Adele. If you're a trial member, I always talk to you guys, make sure if this is for you or not. Looks like you're having a good time, and I know I'm going to be talking to a few of you even today, new trial members. That you do get an appointment with me after being in the room. I'm glad that you and everyone here has been here for a while, but just once again, try not to do not try not to buy and sell anything. You're just here to watch, but I'm glad you're making good friends. Is the whole idea what we do here at Cyber Trading. It's a community where we all look out together and trade together. But you gotta know how to play the game. And as of right now, I'm glad you're interacting with everybody and enjoying it. But this is the culture that we have, and this is what we kind of teach you how to play the game. So hopefully, I'm glad you're enjoying it. But I'm looking forward to talking to you and everyone else.
This is a dangerous game with ICCT. It looks good as far as like the move up to $5, but it's been struggling for a little while on the daily chart there. It's like been like popping and dropping, but been trying to stay over 5 and it's been failing to.
I'm taking
Oh, there you go,
KTTA.
Abdul. Abdul, he's done with KTTA, 2 trips with a profit at least, and going to check out YouTube. Oh, cool. Very nice, Abdul. You know what? My Benzinga's down
Yeah,
today, Fausto. I've been trying to go to it today, and I know it's down for me. So I'm like, oh, shoot, I don't have my scanner normally. It's like habitual for me to like use something, and on a day where it's down, it's like, oh, that's weird.
Abdul, you're in the truck or not? Are you working off the truck again? You got your layout all set up? You take closing up? Abdul's actually, he works, he's basically working out of his truck with all his laptops and everything. So he's got he's a good entrepreneur. Make his days pay and move on.
Ooh, there's the drop.
Like we didn't see that coming, right?
That too.
Well, you have that big iceberg orders that hovering there around 560, 580. I mean, you got a ladder over there, a 3-layer cake.
I have no position on Bitcoin right now. I wish, Fausto, I caught a short on Bitcoin last night. I was like playing around with a couple things, like back testing stuff.
Don't you sleep?
Yeah, right. Well, it was like before bedtime, so I was like, I'll do a quick one. I'm just testing stuff out, little things. But I caught a short on Bitcoin off the top last night, literally like at the very tippy top. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And it was dropping. I was like, you know what, the hell with this. I need to get out. I need sleep. I need to, do stuff outside of trading. So I'm not in Bitcoin right now, but I'm going to look for a bounce. I want to see if it could pull back more and then catch a really good bounce on it again. Now, the issue with Bitcoin, though, is that I'm long-term bullish. So you don't want to be shorting it or trading it when the time is to set up for a big long-term move. So I'm basically gonna just buy and hold in the next like 2 weeks. I'm just gonna jump into everything and just kind of hold, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Adele, thank you very much. I look forward to talking to you. I'm glad, like everybody else, it is very important. You just got to clarify a couple of things, let you know what you're getting yourself involved in, because a lot of people want to do this, but it's not for everybody. You know what I mean? It's not. So, and that's okay. You know what I mean? But we don't want to make it look too easy. The emotions and the discipline is what we teach you. The biggest thing we teach at CyberTrading University is not how to make money, is how to control it. The losses, those are the biggest issues. You didn't make any money until you sold the stock, Abdul says right here in the truck, hiding behind the salt dome. My super gave me his blessing. There you go, Abdul. Abdul's working on the truck right behind. He works for the great sanitation department of Chicago. Probably the best looking guy, man, I've ever seen at his age. How old is he? Was he like 70? He looked like 75. I thought he looked like he was like 55. I mean, he's looking ready. It was unbelievable. Met his great family, came down here for on-site, had a great time, loved it. Could be back.
Check this out. Wow, this AREB, it was like testing a 50,000 share seller right now and just blew right through it at $10.
That's a nice little pop right there on that one. It's the biggest percentage gainer right now. Spread is just disgusting.
Be careful for a flush down here. That was a huge iceberg. So if it stays over it and plays nice, great. Just be mindful of a giant drop. I'm rooting this thing on for anyone here, though. Oh, Fausto, I just posted an alert here as you were just discussing there. Bitcoin, you got a big iceberg on the buy side on the bid. It popped up yesterday afternoon at like 78,000. You see that there?
Yeah. Well, at 78.
Yeah, check the alert I posted.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm looking at it. I didn't go down far enough. I see it now. A lot of selling going on right now on Bitcoin. It looks like I'm getting a lot of red bulls.
Yep, I'm looking for that drop, so I'm
Market
happy. I'm just on the sidelines.
Yeah, market's down like 900.
Yeah, that ICCT trade got halted down, it looks like. So that's well, we knew that was bad to begin with. That was written off, but look at KTTA again, Fausto. We knew that was done with, but it keeps it just dropping. That might go negative by the end of the day. Who knows? Sorry to hear that, Carrie. I mean, you're still up though, at least, and I know that you'll make it back, and you know that, I'm sure. So just jump right back up on that pony, on that horse, and you'll be good to go. And find another good trade at least for you here coming up, and for everyone as well.
See what I got going
Shows
on.
the reality of trading, right? And no one is perfect. We all got blemishes when we wake up in the morning, and no one more than me, at least. But that's where I say, Carrie, though, I appreciate the transparency and showing that hey, took a loss there. Get right back up on the horse and be good to go coming up, I'm sure.
Dow just made a new low for the day. Any news come out?
I should have stuck with my short. It's all right. This is where I said, though, I felt really confident with the red day today, just because we did have like two other major up days, like I'd said in 2001, 2008. I wrote this at 8:35 in the morning here.
Mm-hmm.
This post actually inside the trading room. It's kind of warning us there. After the two largest single day up moves in Nasdaq history in 2001 and 2008, we were red the next day. So I wonder if we'll see the same today.
Oh, just hopefully not too much.
Not too much. Yeah, we don't want all the way red.
Yeah, all right. Costco's over $21. That one just had a big pop right now. Very strong. I love that company.
Boom.
I mean, the only issue I had with that is like if I bought it last year, like in April, like if I paid $7,000 and right now it's at 10,000, I made 30%. It's still a big move. I don't know why they don't split the stock.
That Netflix. Come on, give us a couple more splits here.
Yeah, I mean, and the reason why they split it is because they want to make it more affordable so more people could buy it.
Yep. Let's see Netflix right now while we're at, because they're both around the same price. Yeah, I mean, Costco is like $60 higher. They're still around the same area where, yeah, you're right. If they split it, it makes it so much more interesting to trade. You get so many more eyeballs on the stock, I feel like. You don't need more eyeballs on the companies. You need more eyeballs on the stocks.
Mm-hmm.
You already got AJ and Big Justice for Costco, so All right, pull back here in the market.
Yeah, we're hovering. We bounced a little bit. We need to hold here.
I want one more drop just because, for the only reason, Fausto, and I feel like it will happen. Cyber clock. Yesterday we called out the top perfectly as far as, or no, I'm sorry, it was 2 days ago we had called out the top. It was at 10:30 in the morning. I would love to get a bounce at 10:30 in the morning today. 15, 20 more minutes, and then maybe back up.
The AREB is building a Fausto flag, if no one has noticed.
Yeah, it's still at that $10 price.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to break it.
didn't drop too bad, but it's still a category 5 stock, though, looking at the bars and
Here
the
it goes.
spread.
I told you. Here it goes. Boom, boom. Big seller on the offer, and he got filled.
Make sure it keeps going.
Here it goes. He only had about
I
15
got no
seconds.
skin in this game right now. I didn't take it. I missed it off the pop there, but
I
just
got
be
in at
careful. What happened on KTTA could easily happen here.
I got in at 988. We'll see how the slingshot works. Hopefully it's not too bad. You always get a slingshot.
Okay, looking all right. The issue is you don't really have a buyer out there, I feel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hi everyone, I'm Fausto.
I didn't have this up on Bookmap. You're pushing up $1 so far, nearly. Next resistance here at 11 bucks. It's only 11,000 shares, but just showed up a moment ago here on the order book.
There we go.
Now, if a buyer steps in here and holds, then this thing will
It's
go
going.
nuts.
It's going. Good call.
Yeah, so far, you're up a buck pretty much on this trade.
I tap myself on the back. Buck, more than a buck.
Oh, you getting a hole? Are we getting a hole kicking in?
Yeah, we sure do. Here it comes.
Here we go. Hold on.
Here it comes.
Hold
You know
on.
what that means? It would probably
Don't jinx it! Don't jinx it! You jinx it!
Oh, almost.
Let's see what happens, though. It might, a chance it keeps going and then gets halted. Either way, it could still work out great.
My level 2 came and keep up with the time in sales. It's like it's getting. Here it goes again. Here it goes. It's getting a hold again right now. There it goes.
Yeah, this is a larger order here now in the bid. I think that the
Yeah.
weakness is a hole.
Yeah, now it's going to get halted. That's fake news.
That first order on the bid when it was getting halted was like 30,000. There you go.
Halted.
There's a hole. There you go.
Yeah, and it was going to go to 12.
All right. So we got time to ask this now since it's halted. Who here is in this trade right now? If you're a student in this trade, just let us know. Alex taking his money and running just beforehand.
I still held on to it.
You can never go broke taking a profit, at least. So feel good about taking money, regardless. Ain't no contest here.
So regarding this is what I was trying to talk about earlier. For some of you new trial members in here, specifically, hold on, what I got here? Adele, I was telling you about. There's things that we cover. It's called Fausto flags, and that's basically one of the things that and they do it on every stock. So we'll talk. This is what we cover in our class, and you could see that just seeing that come to fruition. Boom. That's how you get in. So even though the market's down today, and we did some nice swing trades yesterday, and that was like something just unprecedented. Seeing something like that. You can see is what we do all day today. So
a bunch of us here.
Yeah, bunch are in. Okay, good. Charles is in at 10:02.
There you go, Patrick. At 10:40. Either way, you're doing really good so far, and just wait to see what happens when it reopens. You're up a good amount already, so you got a good cushion on your trade. Does TradeStation show the resumption price? So not the price, Adele, and that's actually a really good question. That's something I take the time to cover in phase 2 of our stock course. I actually teach a whole class, 60-minute class on how to trade halts. Long story short is we don't know the price as much right away. Most halts like this, though, are 5 minutes long time. Yeah, we got a whole list of different classes, throughout our curriculum, just going over risk management, halts. We have a whole class even to teach you about pre-market. At least with this trade, you could set your stop right now. So you got that tool.
Okay, it'll open up about 2 more minutes. That was really cool.
Trying to decide here if we're going to keep dropping by 10:30 in the morning or if we keep going. I'll definitely feel confident enough to look for the bounce at first, though.
Yeah, if we get well, 10:30 is the magic number, so we'll see how we hover. If we get a retrace, if it makes a little bit of a comeback.
Took one trade this morning. I feel so nice about that just because the last few days have just been in a really good way, thankfully. It's been a great result, but just you got to give yourself a break when you're trading a lot, when you're doing more trades than you're normally doing. Like breathe some fresh air, step on grass as they say, or touch grass is the catchphrase. Touch grass. And the reason why we do this is honestly to provide more time for our family, more time for ourselves, and this basically a part-time, job, so to say, being a trader. But on the flip side of that coin, money never sleeps. So after such craziness in the last couple of days, you may feel like you want to keep going. Just treat yourself, reward yourself, take a step back.
We need a bounce back here. We got about 20 minutes. I feel like I'm going into the close of the market, getting close to the 10:30.
I'll tell you what, though, honestly, with how much we just had the past couple of days, to say it once more, today did feel like a Friday this morning when I woke up. I woke up this morning, I knew I had to do a couple of things on the back end to CTU, but I'm like, today kind of feels like a Friday.
Well, last Friday was unbelievable too. That was
Mhm.
crazy. This past week, he getting a sell off. Market's down 1,000 now. Crap.
When you say 1,000, does that mean off the close or off the high from yesterday?
Off the close today.
Gotcha. Okay.
Brad wants a link to the mug. Rich, do we have the link to the mug? If you don't see the link, just send me an email, Brad. You have my email, right? There you go.
What time did this trade get halted?
Looks like a 10-minute halt. Oh, 07. Oh, should be opening up now. Now.
There
There
you
it
go.
goes. It's open. There we go.
It's like a nice magic trick when you do that. People are like, "How do you know?" You're like, it's not so hard. It's basically 5 minutes.
Yeah. Only thing that stinks right now when it gets halted, you can't get any, you don't see any orders. Got another pump.
Yeah, it's looking good.
So
I mean,
was it me, but wasn't the stock trading like 500,000, 500, 600,000 shares?
before the first halt, maybe, yeah.
Now it's
For
at
the
7
first one,
million.
because it just kind of came out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden you see, even on our screen here, you see those big volume bars right before 10 o'clock. So when it
Getting some
first popped
gold.
initially, it was probably only trading just a few 100,000. Wow,
Yeah.
this is really nice. So, guys, you can never go broke taking a profit if you're up more than you're normally up on a trade. You
Yeah,
should
I'm
feel
out.
really good with getting out even around here.
I got out. I got out at 20,
Yeah, if you're in from
12.20.
like 1060, 1040, oh my God, this is a home run trade. Come on.
I'll take some
There you
profit.
go. Tech's getting some good money on GDX. Nice. There you go, Bill. Got basically 70 cents.
Oh, wow.
Been with us now for my brain's still bad with time this morning, but probably for a month or two, Bill.
I don't know if this thing is holding here. Damn, this thing is volatile.
Yeah, that spread was crazy.
Definitely a 5. I don't know. The longer it holds here, the better it is. Maybe not.
There you go. It's good to take the money at least, and it's still good to take the money if you're up, some right now.
Oh my God, I got out at 12:10, I think it was, 12:20.
Yeah. So you're saying, like, look at that dry, and even if it keeps going up, you just don't want to be a part of that crazy shake.
Yeah, let somebody else deal with that.
Yeah, yeah,
It was
someone else's problem.
it was just a good, listen, the Fausto flag was there. I mean, everyone just saw it. Worked out perfectly. Is basically what we teach. It was consolidating for about, I don't know, 10 minutes at those numbers. Guys get a free lesson. All right, let's just see if there's anything else that's moving. This stock got
Handicap with that one of my
destroyed.
scanners here.
Here's another one that might move, but the volume is just so light. I don't know if it could be another one, but this BJDX,
Oh, that was another crazy low float one. Yeah.
I think got destroyed. It was like a $500 stock last year.
The one I had called out earlier, MBOT, it's just making a new HOD, but it's not moving like these ones so far. It's definitely more category one, maybe two, but it's a nice trade at least.
My wife is texting me. She's like, "What the hell's going on? The market's dropping. I'm losing money." She made so much money yesterday. It's the most money she ever made. Women always want to take that money. You know what I mean? They're like, "I want to," like she was so excited. Now she's like, What the hell's going on? You didn't call me?" You know, like a broker. I'm like, Rex, I'm on top of it.
Yeah, we gotta focus on ourselves first.
Well, yeah,
No, but it's true that you got to send the bat signal out to as many people as you can as quickly as possible.
that single, you got a direct line from the wife calling. You kidding me? She's like, I said, hold on, we got about 15 minutes, 10:30. We'll see what's happening. We're getting a little bit of a market bounce right now. Market's down about 890, came back about 200 points. You got to go down before you can go up.
It's been such a nice morning. Just
ooh, look at that.
Feel
AREB came crashing down. Look at that, down 1050. See?
Yep, there you go. Taking the money and running. Not a bad idea there.
Yeah, Pat, she sure does got a red phone, but it's called the iPhone. I call it red.
Anna asking, any news on NVAX? It's down over 20%. We'll take a look there. I didn't know that until now.
Yeah, I saw it. I was gonna call out earlier. I saw that. We haven't traded that stock in a while. It's holding it pretty strong. It's got support levels. Ooh, did this get halted? AREB just got halted on the downside. All right. Nice to be out of it.
Trying to get the news there for you, Anna. I guess they announced a leadership change, apparently, something on the board. That's what I got there, at least, Rich. That came from like Yahoo Finance or something.
That got crushed. Look, the AREB is at $9 now. I'm getting quotes on Nasdaq.
Oh, on like during the halt? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, speaking of, oh my God, we haven't even checked back in on it. What was even the name? That piece of garbage. FMTO? Take a look at FMTO again, Rich. Where's that at? At 5 cents.
Oh, how'd that go? Oh my God.
I saw like one or two members here like chat about it yesterday. I'm like, oh, no, don't. Because you might think it's like, oh, it's only at 7 cents. I'm just going to buy like 5,000 shares. All right, well, it's down another like, 2 cents from your position. That's a lot percentage wise. So just because it's cheap doesn't mean it can't keep going down, right? Technically, you got another 5 pennies to go. So
that's 50%. To get to 10 cents. I mean, that has to be the ultimate, probably biggest loss I've ever seen in a stock, percentage wise.
And most of that happened in just like one or like just 2 or 3 bars within that, and that's it.
It was 50 cents on the 8th, right? And it shot up all the way to about $6 in after hours. I think it was just unbelievable. And then it opened up, and you could just see it like people are running for the hills in pre-market. Sell. That's the big power of that. You'll notice, like with the Trade Station or any type of direct access broker. And I know some trial members, and we'll talk about that today at 11 o'clock. That the reason why people fail is that some brokerage firms don't give you access to trade in pre-market, and if you don't have access to that, you see something like that coming in, and you can't do anything until the market opens up. You're screwed. I mean, where was it? At 9:16, it went from $5 in a minute, dropped down to $1.40.
And there's no stops in pre-market, so you can't use your stop orders there. So
By the time the market opened up, that you could have got out was like 20 cents. And if you got out then, you got a good deal
yeah.
because it's at 4. See, some people think, oh, we like, one other thing that people get, they look at, we trade, they say, oh, you're trading penny stocks. And, we don't trade penny stocks. I don't trade that stock. I mean, now it's a penny stock, but you can't see the orders.
Oh, that could be going OTC real quick.
Oh, no, that by OTC, that thing's going on the pinks, pink sheets.
Uh,
All right, we got a little less than 10 minutes.
Yehuda asking Fausto, since FMTO is not a pharmaceutical, can it come back?
Yeah,
That chart doesn't look like it's coming back, Yehuda.
they must have lost everything.
That looks like, what's the machine, Fausto, in the hospital, like just for like heart rate?
Since it's a pharmaceutical, is not a pharmaceutical, so it can come back.
No, he's asking, can it come back? And I was just saying to him, I'm like, that chart doesn't look like it's coming back. Yeah, Patrick, EKG, that's what I was trying to have Fausto. Yeah, an EKG, that looks like a flat EKG.
Oh.
I'm sure one day we'll see it up like, 40% or 100% on some news, whatever it could be. I would not be waiting for it, though. Because you're going to miss out on trades like MRM that are popping right now. This cheap stock just popped over $1. Maybe there could be more to it here. Got to have more orders, though, on the book for $1 stock. You got to have like a pretty tight spread. That could just be a pop and dropper. Yep. This might become the next FMTO if it's going to drop like that. Yeah, Pat, Alex, yeah, DOA. Yeah, that trade definitely is DOA. All right, so Fausto, you had mentioned just before, we're not signing off just yet, but just quick little update because we normally do our open house at noon Eastern, but you're on at 11 o'clock today.
We're on at 11 today. Yeah, so in 30 minutes. So if you're watching on social media, we posted a link right there, I believe. Just click on that. It's going to be live on YouTube, but to register to get into that private session, just click on that link and we'll get you in there. Just also what you can do is take your phone, scan the QR code in the top right-hand corner. If you're watching on social media, be a fast way for you guys to get registered. I see some of you scanning it right now. So welcome, have some fun. And you could be like some of the new people that are in the new trial members in the trading room. They're going to be here all day. They're having a lot of fun.
Getting a small move back up right now in Bitcoin. I wonder if the market's kind of reacting similar right now.
AREB just got an iceberg order, show up at 1050. I think it's volatile. I was just looking at the news.
That will be interesting because I want to take action on a trade, but I didn't think that we'd be pushing up, not to say as quickly with time or right at 10:30. I just thought we'd get more of a pullback first. So.
I'm looking at the news on that FMTO. Wow. Company reported significant loss. 8 million to the last quarter, more doubled. Since company sectors delayed delivery projects and future. Pretty bad.
I don't think there's any economic stuff coming out right now, right? Today we just had the CPI coming out this morning, but I don't think there's any like Fed speakers, right?
I mean, it's really big news.
Nope, I'm wrong. Okay, we got a bunch today, actually. They already happened at 10 o'clock, but you have a couple more people talking at 12 o'clock.
I think the big news is really going to be a lot of the banks are coming out. Did we post the earnings, Rich? The picture of what the earnings coming out this week? I don't think we did, but a lot of earnings coming out. All the banks are coming out. Wells Fargo, Citi, Bank of America, I believe all of them. I think they come out today, this afternoon, or early in the morning. I think they usually do morning, don't they?
Morning. Well, they before the open or right at the close, but
Yeah, there it is.
we always post that screenshot in the afternoons to prep people up for the next day. Yeah, we got tomorrow morning. We got all the banks, the main ones at least.
Yeah, JP Morgan, BlackRock, Morgan Stanley. There you go. CarMax came out with earnings this morning. KMX, how did that do? That's one big ass company. Ooh, not too good. Now I'm looking at not too healthy, and it still looks like a short.
Oh, CarMax.
Yeah, KMX. I don't think we ever traded that stock.
Wow, yeah, I got beat up today.
Yeah, it sure did. How did that bank stock do? BSVN. We don't really trade that. It doesn't go anywhere.
Which one was that?
BSVN. We don't really trade that stock. No volume. 2,000 shares traded. Yeah, stock never been on our radar. Another stock we don't ever trade was BlackRock. My God, man, they're such a powerhouse.
Yeah, well, after I heard that they were buying entire neighborhoods up, that was like
Neighbors,
a
they're
couple years
countries.
ago, right?
No, they own countries, man. I mean, they manage
Yeah,
countries
that too.
for trillions.
I saw a bunch of news about like them buying up neighborhoods in the U.S. and basically like kind of owning the homes themselves.
I'm just trying to go back as far as I can with the company went public. This company's been public for a long time. 04, stock was $78. 21, it was up at 1,000. It dropped down to 600. A lot of support at 600. A lot of support at 800. It was a good buy, 800. If you're a fan of BlackRock, I mean, these are things that you miss out on some of these stocks. You want good deals on it, and like this is basically one of them. All right, traders, it's getting about 10:30. We're going to take a break. We're going to be back in 30 minutes. Don't forget, 11 o'clock, we're going to have open house again. We'll see you back there. Please tell your friends, tweet it, share it. Look forward to seeing it. We'll talk a little bit more about the iceberg orders and teach you a little bit about the style. So, students who want to come, you're always welcome. Always nice to help us recruit. And always leave the comments in there too. Let everybody know to get somebody registered. But I'll see you back in 30 minutes. And overall, let's see how this market does. So it's going to be very interesting. It would be nice to see if it just stays here steady. We're getting around that 10:30. See if retraces start kicking in. All right, guys. We'll see you back then.
Definitely, guys. We'll catch up with everyone at 11 o'clock right here. And then our next audio broadcast in our trading floor is at 2:30 Eastern, just with our afternoon meeting.